With events moving fast, let's begin with regional correspondent Regis Gente, who joins us. Regis, what's the latest?
The latest is indeed that the airport of Almaty, which is the most important airport of the country, has been apparently taken by the demonstrators, and the country seems to be almost out of the control of the authorities, which is extremely surprising and rare in this country, which is very authoritarian. Many buildings, official buildings, have been taken in the country today, like the mayor's office in Almaty, which was even burning. Same for the Akimat, which is the regional government in the city of Aktobe, which is an oil city in the west part of Kazakhstan, and many confrontation between the demonstrators and the police forces, the law enforcement forces all over the country. So it goes much beyond, in fact, the only problem of the price hike of the gasoline, because it went, which is really a problem of the West Kazakhstan. But finally, all the country, from the north, where you have the cities close to the Russian border, to the south at the Chinese border, all the country is today protesting and almost taking the control, let's say, of the country.
And Regis, we can't emphasize this enough, just as you said at the outset, how much of a surprise it all is.
It is a surprise and not a surprise, because there were many events this last year. For example, in the city of Zhanaozen, 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago, there were big protests, big strikes from the oil workers because of the similar questions, which were have to see with the money. The salaries, of the people, about the inflation, and at the time the government reacted really violently and killed officially 14 persons. Already the problems were there. It is the problem of inflation and the problem more deeply of the bad way, I would say, the national wealth, the oil and gas revenues are shared or not shared with the population. There is a big inequality in the country, and we were seeing that it was the people were really angry. There were taking some different shapes, like, for example, some inter-ethnic tensions sometimes and so on. But we understood that there was a deep social issue in this country, in this oil and gas-rich country.
At the hour at which we're speaking, do we know more about the ouster of Nursultan Nazarbayev as chair of the all-powerful Security Council? We know he stepped down as president. He had a hand-picked successor in 2019. He's out today. Do we know any more?
It was announced officially by the president himself, Tokayev, Mr. Tokayev, who said that now he is himself in charge of the Security Council, which since 3 years was the very heart of the power in Kazakhstan. So he said that now he has the power. We have no real information about that. Was it himself who took the power in the Security Council, or was it agreed with Mr. Nazarbayev? We don't know. There was some information that some aircraft, which belong probably to the son-in-law of Mr. Nazarbayev, fled out of the country, probably in Kyrgyzstan. So it could be an indication that the Nazarbayev family, went out of the country tonight, but this is not absolutely sure. What we saw already this morning, we had some signs that some people which were put by Mr. Nazarbayev around the president, for example, the prime minister, which was not the choice of the president, but the choice of the former president, Mr. Nazarbayev, for example, was asked to resign. Same for the number 2 of the security forces, security services, which was the nephew of Mr. Nazarbayev, Mr. Samat Abish. He was also asked to resign. So we had already some sign that the Nazarbayev people were pushed out of the power today.
Regis Gente reporting live. Many thanks for that update.